Now, you may have heard of provisioning, and provisioning and account management, they go together. Provisioning means assigning the user specific resources or allowing them to access specific resources. And this all works together. All of these technologies have to work seamlessly to provide a whole identity management solution. So again, let's say a new user comes, a new employee comes in the HR database, it goes down to the directory sends out an email for the account, and the manager approves the account. Now, it's not just approving the account. You have to approve of what type of access, what type of privileges, all of this stuff. And although the CISSP exam doesn't really go this far, but I'll just tell you, in reality, that manager doesn't know what kind of access or permissions that this new user should have. They can't go through and say, he should have read to this and he should have write to that. What's really in identity management, what's really set up is roles. Roles are set up, and the manager will assign this new user to a role. That role already has rights and permissions assigned to it, and what type of resources it can access. So I haven't seen that the exam is actually making that connection, but in reality, you actually don't start to set up an identity management solution until you have a role-based system already set up. So again, provisioning means that you're allowing access to the resources within the environment. And why a lot of this stuff is confusing is because there's not one application, there's not one product that's going to do all of this. You can have a meta directory product that does user management, let's say. Then you can have another product that does provisioning. You can have another product that does access control. It's a very complex beast, and it's very expensive. And since you have all of these different products that have to carry out identity management processes, there's a lot of customized programming that has to take place for everything to communicate, not only those tools to communicate to each other, but then to communicate to the resources that are on your network. And that's why, because of all of this customized programming that needs to take place and takes place currently, that's expensive, and it's very time consuming. And then if you need to make some changes, it's customized, which means you have to get that program or a similar one in to make changes. So that's why the industry is moving towards using open standards like SOAP, XML, those types of things. The exam is not that far along yet. It's not going to be covering SOAP and XML and SAML. It's not covering those things yet. But I'm just telling you, in the reality, this is a complex thing. All of these pieces have to work together. Right now, we do a lot of customized programming, but the industry is moving to more of a web service based environment, so it doesn't have to be so time consuming. Now, access control isn't just about what applications or what data can be accessed. It's also, you should, within this provisioning service that's within your identity management, it should be physical access also. So a lot of times when you have a new employee, a manager has to approve that they can have like a proximity card that allows them into the building or allows them into the server room. So this is, this information is all logged and holds people accountable. This person is new, somebody has to prove that they get access, that approval is documented, and they're not just handed a card.